Nobody ever wishes they slept more during college or university. I saw that phrase while I was preparing for this video, and in my head, I was like, I don't think there's any other truer word said. Or is there someone else here who wishes they had slept more during college? I'd like to know. So here are 10 things that I wished, yes, or I regret not doing while in university. Regret is such a strong word, right? So I wouldn't like to use regret, but for the sake of this video, we're going to go with it. One of the things I wish I had done more in school was asking more questions in class, or even asking questions in general. I used to be this person right way from school, way from primary school. I never asked questions. I was always scared of asking questions. I was always scared of being mocked, being laughed at, overthinking my questions. Number two is not learning the language. So because the country I went to study in, that is Ukraine, was not an English-speaking country. Majority of the people in Ukraine. So I wish I had taken the time to learn the language. I remember one time coming back to Nigeria for holiday, and one of my friends' dad was like asking me, okay, where did you study? And I said I was studying in Ukraine, and it was like, make sure you learn the language. And in my mind, I'm just like, why is this so particular about the language? To make sure you learn the language, you earn so many prospects, like when you're out there and everything. At some point, I took up learning the language, but I was discouraged. So I would try to like watch a movie, Ukrainian, like trying to learn the language, try to pick up a word or a phrase like I use in restaurants when I go to the restaurants just to practice the language and everything. But I remember that sometimes like when they now start speaking back to me, they are so fast and I'm lost. And then that happened a couple of times. I was just discouraged and it's like, oh my god, when will I even get to learn everything in this language? But I wish I had just like persisted more and learned the language. Just imagine the job opportunities and the things that I would have been able to do right now, being a multilingual speaker or something of sort. Number three, I wish I had joined clubs and societies that I was just here to join, even contested, and I just put myself out there. Literally, anything that would make me put myself out there, I never used to. Number four, I wish I had networked better and made more friends. Because I was an introvert, always in my space. I didn't go anywhere. I did not make friends. And the pharmacy group was a close-knitted group. We were not up to 12 in the first year. Compared to the medical group or the people who were studying medicine, we were like 500 students in level 1 or level 2. And because of that, I never even really like network outside of the pharmacy unit. And not that I was even close to the people in the pharmacy unit. I was just always very into my shell. Number five, I wish I had hunted more internship placements, job placements, summer school exchange. At one time I tried doing summer jobs, but there was just something, so many red flags with that job. Number six, I wish I had planned more. So I just went to school, never really had a concrete plan as to like what I was going to do after school or what I'm going to do when I'm done with this pharmacy course. Like I just didn't have a plan. What will happen to me after? Like what happens from the day of graduation? So I wish I had started planning right from school. I don't think we will tell I was done with school before I started planning. I made an extensive video about this recently. If I check here, I'm going to put it here or here. Number seven, I wish I had traveled more. Yes, I know I traveled. I actually tried. I visited Germany, France, Poland, Netherlands. But I wish I had actually gotten to travel more to more Schengen countries. But I'm actually proud of myself. Let me even put it out there. I never really told myself out there that I'm proud of myself because one thing about me is that once I notice that there's an opportunity out there, someone I just hear or someone just happens to be talking to me and just let me on opportunities, I tell myself that I must do this. If you can do it, I must do it. I remember vividly one night somebody was talking to one of the students back then in school, was just telling me how much he has traveled to places, and he now showed me his passport, guys. His passport, Nigerian passport, was full from the first. I was just like, what? Until that time in Ukraine, I never had left Ukraine, but I used to travel to other cities and I enjoyed it. So when an opportunity came for me to travel, I took on it. That's how I was able to visit these places. But I wish I knew time and I started traveling more so that I have traveled to most of these Schengen countries or places around in Europe. But it's never too late. Number eight, I wish I had taken more interest in sports. So in school, we had one course that was sports, like a leisure course that was in sports, like was part of the courses we were taking. I think it was compulsory at the time, but I was so stressed. I had this by force, this one, and there was basketball. I remember then I had someone that used to tell me that an interest in this. I even learn basketball. Just like, I can play. But right now I'm trying to learn badminton. And I was like, what if I had taken my time to learn a sport at the time? By now, I should be a pro. Number 9, I wish I had prioritized my mental health. So I was at some point, like I just was going, like I said, I was just going to school. I didn't take the time to take a break and be like, wow, you need self-care, you need to take care of yourself, you need to take care of your mental health, you need to do this. I didn't know myself. I was really a lost person. But yeah, I'm thankful that had to happen for me to know that there was something wrong somewhere when it came to my sense of self, and I had to go into that journey of personal development. When I returned to Nigeria, I actually made a video on this. In that same video, so I'm going to link it here or in the description. Number 10. I wish I didn't care what people said about me. I wish I did not have a care of the world. I wish I had moved it where I wanted to. When I wanted to own a website and start processing, I wish I didn't hold myself back. Although I later did it, but it took so much time. I wish I had started my YouTube channel the time I needed to start my YouTube channel. I always wanted to open a YouTube channel since 2015, but I started in 2019. So I wish I didn't care and just did what I needed to do, because people will talk regardless whether I did it or I did not do it. I wish I took my fashion modeling very seriously, because I really liked fashion. I really liked moving behind cameras. I tried doing some point, but I was so still with myself. I was young. Come on, I wish I'd just like lived. I wish I lived in the moment when I was in school. I wish I'd just taken a chill pill. That comes to the end of this video. I know like maybe you can relate to one. So let me know what you relate to this video. Let me even know what you wish you had done more while we're in university. And I will see you in that video. Stay blessed and bye.